Attention bobsled riders! You will soon be embarking on a thrilling podcast down the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. So please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the bobsled at all times. Auf Wiedersehen! Hello, yodelers! We are the Matterhorn Yodelers. I am your host today, Peter, with my co-host
Jackie.
and
G-Fifth.
And today we're gonna be discussing roller coasters.
Riding on a Hawaiian roller coaster.
Ding 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 ding.
Could you dub some real music in?
Yeah, I got some real music in now. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the roller coasters at the Disney parks, and we're gonna talk about kind of a discussion, maybe a little of a debate.
It's kind of cute questions, right?
Right.
What is better, like...
Because, like, it always goes down, we always get asked those questions, like, what's your favorite ride? And it's so vague of a question. Well, there's different types of rides.
Yes.
There's different categories.
It's hard to
of rides.
compare, like, dark rides to roller coasters.
Like, I really
and-
like Pinocchio, but does it really hold up to Space Mountain?
No.
No, but I like them
It
both.
does if it's Disney World.
So we're gonna and this will be probably, we'll have several episodes on different types of genres, which, you know, some attractions are gonna overlap into other categories, and that's fine.
We're going to start with roller coasters, and we're going to end with garbage cans.
Which
You'll know that's the end of the
Which one?
podcast. We're like, which garbage can is better? I like Tomorrowland. The talking one's the best.
I love Push. So yeah, we're gonna, you know, discuss what makes a good Disney coaster. Maybe have a little disagreement with one another as to why one roller coaster is better than another.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't really talk about how we're gonna structure this.
You want me to read off the so what didn't make the list? What does not in our...
So this has got
They
to
all
be.
made my
This
list.
is basically got to be.
I'm talking about like what rides, like
Oh.
Test Track.
Test Track does not
Gotcha.
count. Splash Mountain does not count because it's not a roller coaster. That's a log flume ride. Like it's not.
Radiator
We're talking
Springs.
roller coaster. We're talking like Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain. Like if it's on like a track.
I can read off what I've got.
Yes.
So we're going to start off in Disneyland.
Yep.
Space Mountain, Matterhorn Bobsled, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Gadgets Go Coaster, and Incredicoaster in California Adventure, and Goofy Sky School, also known as Mulholland Madness.
Yes.
Then we go over to Disney World because we're only in the U.S.
We're only doing U.S. because that's what we have the most experience in.
And most of our listeners.
Yes.
Oh, I love going to Paris in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So we have at Disney World and Magic Kingdom, you have the Barnstormer. Then you have the Seven Dwarf Mine Train. You have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. You have Space Mountain. You're going to be like, wait, they're already over there. And you're like, no, there's a difference.
There's a
There is a
difference.
difference.
And then
Some
you
of them slight, but there are differences.
Yes. And then you have Tron also at Magic Kingdom, which none of us have
So
been on.
that we're not gonna talk about Tron because that doesn't.
No.
Oh.
And then we also have at Hollywood Studios Slinky Dog Dash. And then you have Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. Then at Epcot, you have Guardians of the Galaxy. And then at Animal Kingdom, you have Expedition Everest. And no longer Dino Rama is no longer there.
That's
No.
no longer there. Will not be mentioned.
Will not, the ride shall not
We
be.
will treat it
The ride
as
shall
it-
not be
If
named.
not, that would probably be at the bottom.
I
We'll
hate
treat
that
it
line.
like Disney has treated the area as to what they replaced it with, which is a bunch of picnic benches.
Yeah. Much better. You have Guardians of the Galaxy, which Peter's been on. He'll discuss it.
I will
Yeah.
And he'll
discuss
rank it within his list.
probably.
Me and Jackie will not. And then Slinky Dog Dash, I haven't been on, so
No,
I can't really
I
comment
haven't.
on it.
Okay.
So, do we want to go down the list to just talk about them and rank them? And I can calculate them, and we can kind of give an average of what we think
Yeah.
is a good coaster based off of our average.
Sure.
All right.
Let's do that.
Let's start off with Space Mountain at Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yes.
Disneyland.
I have as number 4. Best.
I have it at 5. It is good.
I like it. It's a must. I have to go on it.
It's worth the wait.
It's
If there were
I-
no fast passes, I would wait in it.
I have this like love-hate relationship with this.
What's the
roller coaster.
hate about?
I don't
it's
know.
the motion sickness.
No.
Hey, mold.
So
It makes my belly hurt.
I love the ride. The ride is awesome. It's fun. I'm always smiling when I get
Yep.
off of it.
You feel like you got your money's worth on it.
But man, I don't know. That wait is. I hate that queue. I hate.
like
It's
the
family
queue, but-
bond time.
It
You have
is.
to. You're forced or read a
Oh,
book.
It is rough. That
I like
line
the
is
queue once you
rough.
get in the loading area.
Once you get past the merge. When you get past merge, it's good.
Yeah.
Merge with Lightning Lane. Once you get past that,
Lightning McQueen Lane.
Lightning McQueen Lane, yeah, Lightning Lane, the fast pass. Once you get past merge, yeah, it moves like butter. But man, waiting in that standby queue is utterly miserable. So like, it's one of those things I could pass on it if I don't have a Lightning Lane.
I have
can.
to.
Now-
I
now
have
they
to write at
recently-
least one.
Now they
That's-
recently brought single rider
back.
for it, and so I might end up doing that. But because I don't know if I want to wait for this attraction, I have this. I would probably place this at 5 for me.
I have
This
it at 5
this
as
one's
well.
on my 5.
I have 4. I like it.
It's a great coaster.
classic.
It's
I have
fun.
a lot of memories with this coaster because, like, as a family, we
What's
did
your
this.
memory? Because we'll do a memory for all. I know Peter and I
we
share the same
share
one.
the same.
I think
memory.
it's all the same memory.
You weren't there for that one.
There was a time where we rode it like 6 times.
Were
in a
you there
row.
that time when we rode it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I guess
remember riding it 6 times.
Jackie
in a
was
row.
there. I guess I blanked out. Like,
Yeah.
And then there's like a memory where like I was in high school and one of
there was
the
this
cast-
cute guy and he winked at me.
we commented that his teeth were glowing and then he gave us a free fast pass to ride again. It was great. So comment on people's teeth and
Hey,
you get a
buddy.
fast pass.
Your teeth are glowing. With my fast pass. Scratch my belly.
It did get creepy when he's like, "Oh, I get off work soon. You want to meet up?" We're like, "No."
Will you give me more fast passes? We're going to Denny's. Sorry, I sound like the one bus driver or the one like hobo guy from The Simpsons. Hey. Yeah, ours is where we rode it like 6 times. Six
In a
times in a
row.
row.
Yeah.
And like we only wanted like we had like that's when you can accumulate all your fast passes
Yeah.
and use them.
And that's
Well,
what we did.
I have a recent memory with
That's 20
it.
years ago. You
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's been some time.
It's been some time since. But I actually have a new recent memory with Space Mountain. Recently, says last year I was an annual pass holder. The family we went, I got fast passes at night. It was like literally like at 10 o'clock at night, and for the whole family, and they all went back to the hotel. And I was just left there in the park by myself.
You
and it was
just flipped their
and it-
tickets in your phone.
And so I rode Space Mountain, Hyper Space Mountain, so the Star Wars version.
I've never
Which is
done
good.
that one.
is
I
fantastic.
did it in Paris.
Awesome.
It was great.
It's great. It's any roller coaster with John Williams music is amazing. And I rode that 4 times in a row. And I
How
was
weird
all
would it
like,
be doing
"Oh,
Space
that's
Mountain
so
with
great."
like Harry Potter music? Do, 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 do. You're like, I don't think so.
I don't know. I could dig it.
What about Hook?
Hook. What
Yeah,
kind
John-
of like
that's John Williams, right?
That's John
there.
Williams.
E.T.
Indiana Jones?
E.T.
Indiana Jones would be weird.
That would be weird.
You're like Indy. You've gone the like Fast and Furious route. We're in space now.
Yeah.
Throwing a couple whips, like
You have like the alien in the 4th movie.
There we go. Crystal Skull.
and then you have
Crystal Skull Alien Space Mountain.
Kate Blanchett, just like, I want to know. Her face goes across the wall. And her eyes are like glowing, like,
I want to know.
okay, I'm in. You sold me. Let's go. All right. So that's that one. Let's go on a Matterhorn bobsled.
Number 5.
Number 5 for you. All right. I have it as 9. 9.
I didn't rank all of them. So, but I would probably rank this 6.
All right. Peter's
This
doing.
is 6.
He's
Obviously we like the Matterhorn because we are the Matterhorn Yodelers.
Do you guys like
I-
the Matterhorn?
I do.
I'm actually in favor of replacing
That's
it,
right.
turning it into a queue, and bringing the minecart ride.
Right.
I like the Matterhorn. I like the vibe of it.
It is cool. Like
I-
it's just cooler there with the water.
It's a must if it's open to go. And I don't know. It's like classic Disney for me.
I have grown to love the Matterhorn
Yeah.
within recent years.
And I love riding it at night or early in the morning.
I do agree. Those are optimal times to ride it.
Because, I don't know, well, growing up, we always rode it like early in
It's
the
one
morning.
of the first
we would
rides we
do
would ride.
Space Mountain, Matterhorn.
If we went that route,
If
yeah.
we would do the mountain run.
Yeah, we rarely went to Frontierland and Adventureland.
Well, if you think about it, because I know this because Big Thunder Mountain, they only run 2 trains at a time first thing in the morning.
yeah.
And so
It's better in the afternoon.
it's better later. The line moves a lot quicker.
Yeah.
They throw more trains on.
So like people try to do like the ride 4 mountains within the first hour challenge, and they always run into challenges with Big Thunder Mountain because it takes longer to get through that in the morning.
You'd have to be the first person to get in there. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's tough because Space Mountain's always filling up.
Yep.
All right, so you think it's 6. My issues with it's the first 2, track, and their center of gravity is off. And the jerkiness of it. But the theming, it's good. What they could fix, they fixed as best as they can. Like, I recognize it, but I have, and this is maybe a shocker, I have Gadget's Go Coaster ahead of it because the weight is better, and
I hate the wait for gadgets
the
coaster.
worst.
I think it's better in the sense of like when you get underneath the atrium at the Matterhorn, I feel like it takes forever for me. I just don't like it.
I love it.
That
I don't
switch
know.
back and forth. And then it's like
Man, listening to that yodeling noise.
you could see that wasn't my first choice of a name for that. Yeah, I think Gadget's more fun. It's the surprise, like you get on it and you're like, whatever. And then you get on and I always have a good smile. I have a smile on my face when done with Gadget. I don't necessarily have a smile on my face after Matterhorn.
I have recently. Before I used to agree with you. I used to agree that Gadgets was a better coaster, but I hence learned I like with the Matterhorn, I still feel like there's still a level of unpredictability with it that I know where I'm going to go, but some of the movement I don't
Yeah.
expect necessarily. And so there's still a level of like the unknown sometimes. When you go into a tunnel, it's like, okay, I think I'm obviously going to turn this way, but how far down am I diving into the turn or whatnot? So like there's still a level of like mystery.
Not as much
whenever
as
I
Spacebound,
ride
but it's still there. Like you don't get that with
it.
Thunder.
I don't know. Even Space Mountain, I have got that track memorized to the
How many
T.
left turns or right turns? Remember that was one of the
It was
questions
like
in our
15
gumball.
or something.
It was like 23.
Oh.
23.
Yeah, it was like 23.
No, I don't.
Yeah. it
Oh,
was.
I don't know.
All right,
was-
I'll
it
have
was
to count
something
it
like that.
when I go.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to Disneyland soon?
I am
Nice.
in August. Yeah.
Fun. But yeah, I feel like there's still a level of like mystery with that attraction that, and now that I know how to ride the ride, because you don't ride the ride leaning back. You don't sit back on that ride. You have to lean forward.
You
Yeah.
take your harness off and you ride it like a
No,
surfboard.
you put your hand on those handrails in front of you, and you like lean
And
forward.
you scream like a banshee, like Mother Yodeler.
So for me, it's a classic. I have to do it. I enjoy the queue and everything. I just enjoy the vibe of it. Comparing it to Gadget Coaster, like Gadget Coaster, I have like number 9, and it's like easily skippable for me.
I think I could skip the Matterhorn, but I would miss the Matterhorn if it was bulldozed.
Yeah.
It's just part of the skyline. It's just never leaving.
I do not like Gadget's Coaster.
There we go.
It's not my favorite. It's in the bottom for me.
I don't have it ranked. I don't have it listed as anything.
Well, you didn't rank
but
anything. You already admitted that.
I didn't rank everything.
Yeah.
I didn't rank everything. But Gadget's Coaster, I didn't like it because I don't fit in the vehicle very well, and I'm sitting, and that's when I'm sitting by myself. When I'm throwing my 9-year-old son next to me, it's even tighter. And
Yeah,
so
it's a small coaster.
it's very small. I'm not very comfortable as
I
an
am
And
adult.
I am
so
small
quick.
in stature, you know.
And it's so quick.
It's a quick roller coaster.
I mean, I get it's great for kids.
If there is no line, sure. If there is any
Oh,
line,
if it's more than 20 minutes, it's not worth it.
if there's any line, pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's got to be like 15 minutes. And yeah, anything more than 15 minutes, it's not worth it. But I enjoy it
Okay.
for sure. All right,
Feel
next.
free to have that opinion.
Yeah, right. I knew I was gonna like rock the boat a little bit on some of these, but Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Disneyland.
Oh, I have that number 3.
Whoa.
Wait, Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland.
Yeah, number 3. I love it. It's Mark's favorite ride at Disneyland. I have fond memories of it, and I don't know. It's a really fun coaster.
I have it at 7.
It's on the lower tier for me.
Really?
Yeah. I just feel
Breaks my heart a little.
I just feel
It's at the slowdown at the end.
that's part of it. It's the only cool part is the middle when you're doing the spiral.
Yep.
That's it. That's the only part that I'm like excited about for the ride. Everything else I'm kind of like going through the motions. I feel like I'm going through the motions when I'm on that ride. I've ridden it so many times. I feel like it's just like, okay, I'm just
I get it because we did ride a lot
It was Mom's
growing
favorite.
up.
It
It was
was.
Mom's favorite. But I don't know. I enjoy the queue. The line moves.
sometimes.
I think it does move. I think it moves better than just about any other one.
I agree.
I've been on it when it's been really slow, but I, as an adult, feel like it moves quicker than most attractions.
They can do multiple coasters, and it.
When they got both sides running, yes.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
they've got both sides running, loading platform, any roller coaster that has 2 load platforms, you've got a winning combination.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that a lot more recently, where they have got that double load platforms because they know the lines are far more efficient when you're doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
you see that with Incredicoaster. I think Tron is like that. I think Guardians is like that. So like they're starting to build.
Midway Mania at Disney World, they added another loading
Finally.
platform.
Right. But
I enjoy it. That's the one I would always scream the loudest because the queue can see you and kind of psych out those kids. And be
Yeah.
like, "Ah, we're gonna die."
oh yeah, like
It's
when,
fun.
when
You
you're
can totally
going,
pump it
into
up.
the,
You've
going
got-
into the
At
dinosaur turn.
Disneyland,
Yeah.
like you've got the Dynamite mine, you got the goat. It's fun to see Galaxy Edge from it. I don't know. There's so many different aspects. Like I like it. It makes me sad that it's not in your top, but I will respect it.
There are some really good ones.
It was hard to
Um,
pick like the best of the best.
Oh,
Like I think the only reason why like I used to consider it high up was because everyone else considered it high up on their list, and so I felt like
You're like, I'm on the bandwagon.
sort of, and so
On the
now that I'm
train.
like looking at it subjectively, like I'm never truly like I leave that ride going like that was fun, guys. Let's
Oh,
go
I
and line
do.
it
I feel
in."
good.
I feel good,
I feel good.
and I usually want to do it again.
Because you can tell when I'm not too excited about an attraction when I get overly into it. If I have to try to get into this attraction, I have to
like
it's too
Casey
much.
Ginger train.
Yes.
Usually, if I'm going to the park, I'll usually do just a ride once. Thunder, I can easily do 2 or 3 times.
I agree. I can do that.
Well, I mean, I could do the ride.
No,
I
but
don't have a
like
problem
I
doing
am
it, but, like,
motivated to do it multiple times.
Right.
Not like once I do Space Mountain
Like-
once now, I'm like I'm
if,
good.
If I had to choose, like the option was like, okay, you want to go wait in line for Space Mountain or wait for Big Thunder? I'm going to go into Big Thunder because I know I'm going to get on and be able to do something else later on, sooner rather than with Space Mountain. You're shooting in maybe an hour and a half of your day
Yeah.
for that attraction. So, whereas Big Thunder maybe 45 minutes at most.
All right. The next one is Gadgets Go Coaster.
We
I
talked
have-
about this a little bit.
I mean, I would
What
put
number
that-
it? Like
Oh,
what?
I have number 9.
Number 9.
How many were there total?
I have 12, but I don't have
12.
Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put it at like
Is it better than Goofy Sky School? Barnstormer?
I would say it's I would put it on the bottom. I think it's
Yeah.
worse for me. Worst coaster.
Worse than Goofy Sky School?
Yes.
Whoa.
I would
worst
rather
one.
ride Goofy Sky School.
Ugh, no, thank you. All right. Yeah. Now let's talk about Goofy Sky School because Peter thinks it's so great.
I didn't say it was great. I just said
It's
Gadgets
the
is
worst.
worse.
Number 12 for me.
It's number 12 for me as well.
It's just the line is awful.
Hate
The
this,
line is
this
so
line is
bad.
zigzagging
The-
track.
And then you have anxiety getting into it because it doesn't stop. And like you have to like hop over, like it's a big hop to get over to the far end. And then you have to quickly like secure your bags.
Because the Disney employees don't look at it. They're like, I hope you die.
They stop you. I've seen them stop it several times. That's why the line takes forever.
That's why you just put your hands up. They're like, honor system. Send it. The
Yeah.
true Goofy experience.
like
We're looking for our first death for the day.
they keep the coaster moving because they know the line it takes forever.
It's an unofficial Omni mover.
They keep it moving because they know they're gonna have to stop it.
the worst
for
people mover.
certain guests. Because unfortunately, it's not very conducive for larger guests. It's one of those coasters that like you may not fit in if you're larger. That's probably the nicest way I can put it.
This is way of putting it.
Because I've seen people get into the vehicle and they have to stop it so that they can get out because they can't get the harness down.
I hate the top part of the coaster where you're like jolted.
I have this fear in California with the open roller coasters that this is it. The big one's gonna hit, and I'm gonna fly off. I'm gonna
Big
die on
earthquake,
this
yeah.
horrible roller coaster. I hate.
This is my legacy, dying on Goofy Sky School.
Like, remember the
He
Maliboomer?
lived a good life. He ended his life on his favorite. Oh.
Oh,
It's just like the T-Rex killing you on the toilet, you know, in Jurassic
Yeah.
Park. Yeah, I always had that fear with the Maliboomer too. You get launched up and you're like, oh, I can see everything. No earthquake, no earthquake, no earthquake. Yeah, you're just like, it's gonna topple over. You're like, if we do fall, I want to fall in this direction. I have more of a chance. Yeah, no. Okay, so what do you put the Goofy Sky School, Peter?
I would put that more like a 9. Or
9.
something like that.
You got a
I don't know.
9er.
Sure. I don't know what numbers I've used, so I'm just throwing out numbers at this point.
All right, next one is Incredicoaster.
That's number 1.
Number 1 for me too.
That's number 2.
I love
two.
it. It's such a great coaster. It's not like super intense, but like even the Incredicoaster like new theming, I like it. I don't mind it. But I also like the old one.
I'm now obsessed. And Disney, you did it. You got me to buy cookies every time I get
Num
off
num
your ride.
cookies.
I
Num
go
num
there and
cookies.
get Jack Jack's giant cookie and eat it with a fork. Oh, so good. Oh, I love that thing so much.
It always has a huge line, and I'm like,
It's a huge line, but it moves. It's a super efficient roller coaster. The line's rarely that long. Rarely. Like, you hit it right, like, it's
yeah.
under 45 minutes consistently.
It is a boring queue, but it moves, and that's
The-
what
the
helps
queue
make it.
moves.
It's
And
like
you, honestly, if you see the line at like 40, 50 minutes,
it's
wait,
never that.
just
come,
wait.
Come back in an
come
hour.
back, wait later. Usually the ride goes down for like a little bit, and then you just hop in.
What's great about it? It's on the other side of the park,
Yeah,
and the people who are there ride it once,
and they're done.
and they move on.
Usually,
There's no parade dump. It's isolated. It's away.
usually
it's great.
a good time to ride it. Well, the best time to ride it is at night.
Agreed.
And usually at nighttime the wait times are low, and they're like 15, 20
Well, because
minutes.
everyone's getting ready for World of Color.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, something I didn't realize till later on was that it for the longest time that coaster was the longest coaster in the United States for like years.
It's a long
It's
coaster.
a very long
but
coaster.
They
It's
say Space
good.
Mountain is longer than Incredicoaster,
No.
and it may be because of how it may be. When
Maybe
they
the
say longer, what do
build-up.
you mean? The time you're spent on the ride, or is it the track is the longest?
I think the track is the longest.
Okay, I can buy that because you are going faster on this ride. You go up to 55 miles an hour.
the drops are good. I don't know. Overall, it's a good.
Yeah, you
it's
get
a
the
must.
tingles. You get the tingles in the stomach.
It's always one that like we want to ride multiple times because it's good.
I always get
Yeah.
people like when I'm sitting next to strangers. I always get weird looks because every time we approach.
Well,
the
you gotta
loop-
keep your hands to yourself, Peter. Hey, you get the tingles in the stomach. Sir, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
So when we approach the loop, every single time I always yell out, "Here comes the big papa!" And like,
Well, yeah, that's a weird statement to say.
Yeah, because you don't know
And
what
then- and then
Big
looked
Papa
The next
means.
one is like, "Come me, puppy."
and I've always looked over, and every once in a while I'll see them look at me like, "What the heck?" And we're going through the loop like, "Whoa!"
Next time you're right, you're just gonna say like every dip.
Here
Like,
comes the big papa!
I'm gonna go reach over and be like, "You feel the tinglies on that one?" and it'll be like the one with the picture. They're gonna be like, "Oh," and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, tinglies."
and this is how
Doing
you
jazz
get
hands.
banned for creepy outcasts.
Dreyfus, stop touching the gas. No one's getting the tinglies.
We discussed this before.
Oh man.
They're getting it. They're just not admitting it. All right, so it's ranked high. I've always had a good time. I like that it's themed.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one of the best.
It's now got a theme,
It has
Yeah.
a theme.
not just
beach.
beach, but the music we agreed was better.
The
The
music.
Music
original.
was better when we
Yeah.
talked about it. All right,
Go
Nick.
back and listen to the theme attraction music episode. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
All right, let's go on to. We're done with Disneyland and California Adventure. We're moving on to Florida. All right, at Magic Kingdom, there's the Barnstormer.
I have an 11.
I have it at 11 as
Yeah,
well.
I have it down
it's
there with
nothing really
Gadget's
special
coaster.
to it.
It's better than Gadget because you can fit in the seat. as
It
an
does
adult.
have better seating accommodations, but the ride, I just don't care for it.
Yeah. I think I only did it like once or twice.
I think so too when I was there for like
And
3
I would
years.
only do it if it was like a walk on.
So it's walk-onable.
Yeah.
No wait. Yeah, it's forgettable.
It was just one of those things like, I don't know what to do. Oh, this is a walk on. I guess I'll go on it.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Any other statements?
Nope.
Um,
Short coaster, so there's not much to say.
it's
about
really
Yeah.
it's hard. Next is the Seven Dwarf Mine Train. What do you have it at, Jackie?
I have it at number 6.
Number 6. Whoa. How about you, Peter?
it. I would say that one. I would say 4.
You haven't had a 4 yet, so we're in for
Yeah.
4. All right. I have it at 2. So I'm kind of curious what you guys what brings it down?
Yeah, I thought about it, and there's so many like good coasters at Disney, and it was just kind of hard. It's good, it's fun, but when I went to Florida recently and rode it, I was like, oh, like it's just didn't hit the same as it did when like it was newer, and
So the novelty.
yeah, I think it kind of just died down a little bit for me.
It's a little short.
It is short.
It's a little short for me.
But the queue is cool.
The queue is great. It's one of the better queues.
I actually never went through the queue. I had Fast Pass. For it, so.
Fast
Fast.
Oh.
VIP, y'all.
No, I mean it's a good coaster, and it is like higher up for me. But like comparing it to the other coasters that I ranked higher, I'm more motivated to ride those than this. Like Seven Mine Train, I only ride it if I'm like, oh, I got a fast pass or like whatnot. But like a lot of the times, if I didn't have a fast pass, I want to ride it.
It's one of those I can't miss this one when I go to Disney World.
Same here.
Because
yeah.
it's-
Magic Kingdom does not
Well,
have a
Magic
lot
Kingdom
going
doesn't
for
have
it.
a lot.
It has a lot, but like in terms of uniqueness compared to Disneyland, this
It's
is
the only one there.
Yeah.
now
like-
well without Tron. Now they have Tron.
Yeah, but I didn't go to Shanghai for that. This is a weekend trip.
But yeah, like it's a unique attraction that like I feel like I need to do because I can't get that anywhere else. So that's why I would put it ranked a little higher than many others. I also enjoy the story element. I loved, going through the mine and singing the song. Like I've got a great memory with my son singing Hi Ho, riding that ride, with the animatronics, and like it's a great family coaster.
There's this.
There's animatronics on this roller
Yeah.
There's an
coaster.
animatronic on it.
It was just really good. It's a really good coaster. It's good
It's short.
theme.
But and the start of the coaster always that threw me off because I didn't realize it just like goes
Yeah.
like you're in the load platform, and normally I'm used to like, okay, now we're gonna
This
ease
here's
up.
the wildest
ride.
All of a sudden it's just like, and now we're in, and we're like, okay,
I rode that ride when it was like raining in Florida, like kind of hard. There's a picture of me. I have like a red like raincoat on. I'll have to find it and post it. But like I'm just like screaming like and like
It's never fun to ride a
it's
roller
so
coaster when it's
funny.
raining.
I love it though. It's a great memory.
I've got a good memory with it because I took my wife and I went on it together for the first time. So it was not open when I worked there, and when we visited Jackie, it was there, and I rode with my wife, who was not a big roller coaster person, but then
This trip changed.
this
it.
trip changed things. Like I went to Disneyland and she rode like Matterhorn, and Matterhorn. I will give this Matterhorn. Matterhorn's the good like introduction
Intro.
roller
I would
coaster
say Big
for
Thunder is an good intro.
that.
compared
Yeah,
to-
those two are right there
Yeah.
and starting people off. But my wife was just throwing her arms up, and every stinking picture, her elbow was like right in my face.
We rode it a lot that trip because the line wasn't that long.
It wasn't. That's why we were able to go in the queue. And
Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoy it. Great queue. Animatronics, yeah, it's not the most thrilling, but I think it's the most well done.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And so that's why it's high on my list.
It is. I would say it's one of the prettiest coasters.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why it's so high. All right, what's next is Slinky Dog. Peter, what do you got for Slinky Dog? Because me and Jackie didn't.
We
do it.
didn't rank it.
I would put that one.
You could do it in is it in the top three
It's-
or the
It's
bottom?
in the top or the bottom.
It's in the top. It's in the top. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's another good family coaster.
Okay.
And it's long. So I would say it's probably, I would honestly say, like I know I've already used these numbers, but I would probably say it's somewhere in between, I would say it's like on the same level as Seven Dwarfs
I think you're
Okay.
be right
Yeah.
next to it.
it would be about there. Like it's fun for even adults to enjoy. Like it's not like overly.
It's not too kiddie.
It's not too kiddie, and it's not too thrilling. Like it's that perfect in between coaster. That's like you can put anybody on and they'll have a good time. And it's long. It's a long coaster, and it was actually supposed to be even longer than it currently is. So.
All right, let's go to back to Magic Kingdom with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Low.
I have it like 8. It's like a fun coaster because it's Thunder Mountain, but like it's on my lower.
It's not
half.
updated.
I like it actually better than the Thunder Mountain
I
at
don't
Disneyland.
like the queue at Disney World.
It actually is interactive.
No, not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore?
It's
They
like-
opened it up when I was there as interactive.
Well,
Did they stop it?
You came in at the time when they were like, we're gonna have interactive queues. Then they got away from that.
And then Bob was like, "Hey, that's cost us money."
pretty much. Oh, how
Most
much
of
does that
the-
cost to
most-
maintain? No.
Yeah,
no,
most of
no,
the
no.
interactive units were like broken.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Most
Well,
of it
when I
doesn't-
rode
it's
it,
not interactive
Back in
anymore.
my day, when I rode Thunder Mountain, it had some fun things in line.
It was true that the wildest ride in the
It
wilderness.
was the wildest queue
I
in the
also don't care for
wilderness.
the location of it.
It's not an
Disney World's location of
Well,
like.
I will
yeah.
say this: I did enjoy when I was a cast member there. I did enjoy having Splash Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain right next to each other because I could just go back and forth with it.
Yeah.
That was fun. On those fun days where I'd hang out with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, once you're over there, you stay over there because there's nothing.
There's nothing over there.
because
Next is Pirates.
it's a
Pirates
long-
is the next thing.
it's a
then
long walk.
Country Bear Jamboree.
It's a long walk to something else.
You have to
And
commit.
so
Yeah.
you usually jump on the
You're
train.
getting on the train. That's your time to once you get in that corner, you jump on the train and get over.
and then listen. Oh, okay. So I might have shared this story before, but the audio recording on that train ride.
is the tape getting worn down?
Well, it was so funny because it was like, it's like, if you listen closely, you can hear Pocahontas singing, and they literally just like clip into the movie of her. Have you ever heard the
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's like,
It was pretty bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, it was that was like, that was bad.
All right,
Side
Peter.
topic there. Yeah.
So is it like an 8? Is it
yeah,
like a 9?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay. I'm just giving numbers so we
It's
can.
like on the higher end of the worst, but like it's not like.
the higher end of the worst.
No, I'll make it a 9. I would say
a
9.
9. Oh.
I'll go 9.
You already got 9 for Goofy Train.
Do I?
Yep. Is it better than Goofy's Train?
Yes.
It's better than Goofy's Train.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it 8.
Okay. I'm gonna have more numbers than you guys because
Well,
I have more coasters
yeah.
on my list.
Well, I just won't count them.
Because my number 1's not gonna be on your list.
No.
No.
I'm sure I'll love it. It won't be number 1.
Yes.
But
All right, the next one is Space Mountain Magic Kingdom.
I would say it's better than Big Thunder Mountain Disney World.
I have it.
Oh, so you're 7?
Yeah.
I have a 10.
10?
Yeah.
I have it at 10 as well.
yeah.
I think it's horrible
It's
because of the shadow of
the
Disneyland.
queue is bad. The execute
It's-
is bad.
You gotta stop comparing it.
I'm
to
not
Disney.
comparing.
Comparison is the thief of joy for that ride.
It is.
Yeah.
You have to treat. If they change the name to Mountain Space, it would be better.
They
You
should
wouldn't
just,
do it. You'd be like, this is kind of backwards.
That's
but you're
where
like,
they
sure.
should do the Indiana Jones overlay.
Yeah, just anything. Put minecart like.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if that Space Mountain gets the axe.
I don't think so.
I think it.
I don't think they'll
I
ever
think-
get rid of it.
I think Tron is
no.
a temporary placeholder for Space
I
Mountain.
still don't think they'll get rid of it.
I think they'll change it. I think they're gonna modify it.
I would love to do a whole new refresh for it.
Right.
To make it more like Disneyland.
I think that they're gonna do something kind of like what they're doing over in Tokyo with their Space Mountain redo.
That's a possibility.
Like I think that we'll still have a Space Mountain there, but they're gonna change
No,
it.
the Disney World Space Mountain needs to be updated. I hate the ride vehicles. I don't like the single.
You don't want toboggan style?
No.
Where you have like single rider and he's like, oh, I guess I'm sitting in front of you. And
Well,
you're like,
it's
ah!
like the execute. You know how they have like the moving platforms? They got rid of that.
And
They
the
did.
picture's the worst. You're
The
like,
picture's
let's
so
turn the
bad.
corner and you got like a mini
the very
skirt. Like
beginning.
my wife's wearing like a mini skirt, just like, ah!
Yeah, it's not a very thrilling picture. It's just like you're driving to the climb,
Yeah.
and you're just like, okay.
It's the most anticlimactic picture.
It is.
You'll
It
have
is the
taken
worst
at
pic-
Disney World.
It is the worst picture.
It's like if you're at the front of Epcot and a photographer jumps out and goes, hey, take a picture of blue and walks away. You'll be like, what was that?
Yeah, that's
It's the
it's
worst.
the worst on-ride vehicle.
The best one is, and this is in a roller coaster, it's at Animal Kingdom.
Dinosaur?
The dinosaur where the kids are screaming. They're like, ah!
I don't like
And,
that
and all the
one.
adults have their ears plugged because it's so loud. It's like, okay.
And then me, I'm like terrified.
It's the same dinosaur. It gets me every time.
It does.
ear.
It does.
All right. Let us go. Tron. We haven't been on it.
We can't really speak to Tron.
It's short. It's at Magic Kingdom.
I've heard mixed feelings. I've heard good things. I've heard like not good things.
Yeah, I mean it's short. That's the one.
That's the biggest
key thing.
complaint.
It's short. It is a quick coaster. Like
You're gonna do it. Make it all over like
Disney released
Tomorrowland.
this promo that was like a minute and a half, and then
it's like it's longer than the ride.
It's longer than the ride. So, yeah, like it's cool from what I've seen, and I like the ride vehicle, but it's short, and you have to keep that in mind.
So we're not ranking it.
We're not ranking.
We're
it
just
'cause we
throwing
don't
it
have
out
any
there.
experience with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool.
It looks
And
cool.
everyone, ever since they saw like the new Tron movie, they're like, "Why don't we have this ride? Like, why isn't there a ride for this?"
Right.
And I want to ride it.
Okay. Let us move on to Animal Kingdom, the only roller coaster there. Everest. Did I not say it?
No.
Yeah.
Expedition Everest.
The roller coaster in Animal Kingdom. We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there. You don't even need to name it. I
don't
have
know.
it at 3.
I have a 2.
It's high up there. It's a good one. I don't know what numbers I've used at this point.
You haven't used 4. You haven't used 3.
I'll use 4.
4.
I'll go 4.
Okay.
Or no, 3. Yeah, because I know what's left, and I'm like, oh yeah.
You have Rock and Roller Coaster left. And
yeah, Everest, because I got to ride it with the working Yeti.
what is your memory of Expedition Everest, Peter?
Well, I remember being absolutely afraid to even attempt to go on this ride because I was still at that age where, well, not that age, but that mindset of like I was afraid.
Yeah,
of
because
rides.
you were afraid of like roller coasters, and
I was.
I got to the point where I was more comfortable with
which
it,
forced me to go on
Which-
rides I didn't want to go on.
which
Yeah.
pushed you to be like, oh, if my little sister's going, I've got to be like,
Fine, you're
the
going
brother.
on California Scream. I guess I'll go on California Screaming. Yeah, like, and I forced myself to go on Everest, and it was fun.
I remember the first time I rode it.
I did make the mistake of looking down while going backwards, because then your head doesn't move.
It's like that with like Mission Space.
Yes, don't put your head down. Keep your head back. Otherwise, you're gonna regret it, and your neck's gonna hurt for a while.
The first time I rode it, I was scared to ride it, and Dad recorded me, and I'm screaming my head off.
It was
Like,
fun.
Is it
And
worse?
every-
Was it worse than when we were on the Ferris
Yeah.
wheel?
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh, we gotta bring out that video.
Oh, good luck finding it. But no, I like screamed my head off, and like I thought it was Japheth was there, but maybe it was just
He
you.
wasn't, because you were there. You wrote it because you were visiting me.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
So I think you were just laughing hysterically.
Oh, I'm
at
sure I
me.
was.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was.
But
it's a good coaster.
it was like
It's a great
anytime I went
theme.
to Animal Kingdom.
The queue is really cool.
Yeah, there's like artifacts and information of people hiking Everest, and yeah.
And just so everyone knows, the mountain itself is not Everest.
Oh, you get the stupid questions from guests. We're not really going to Mars, are we?
No. Like the mountain itself does not represent Everest.
No.
It's a different mountain in the Himalayas.
Yeah.
It's next to. You're supposed to. You see the top of Everest from the ride when you're on the ride. You see the top of it, but the mountain you're on is not technically Mount Everest. Something I learned listening to Joe Rohde. He was talking about that.
I think it's just a fun coaster.
It is.
All right, let's move on to our last one. We have Rock and Roller Coaster.
I have it number 7.
7?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I actually really enjoy Rock and Roller Coaster. I would ride it all the time when I worked.
So why is it at 7?
It's on the higher end.
There's only 12.
And there's a lot of good coasters. I still enjoy it.
Okay.
I have, under my best category, I have 8. So
That's not bad when you have 8 coasters.
Right. I think it falls under my 4, I think. 'cause
No,
I'm
your
thinking-
4 was 7 Dwarfs.
I thought you said I didn't have a 4.
you do have you don't have a 4 anymore. You didn't have a 1.
Well, my 1 is going to be Guardians.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be my number 1.
That's the number 1.
But I mean, it's up there. It's a good coaster. It was one I have a lot of good memories. My wife hates it. She hated that ride. She said it's too shaky.
I remember when I came to visit you
Mm-hmm.
and we rode it like
A lot.
a lot
Well,
because
There wasn't a lot in the park at that time.
well, the line
wasn't.
was somehow like shut down and we would go through the exit because you
Yes.
worked on the boulevard
Mhm.
and we
I got
just
us
went
to the
on
exit.
multiple times because I think someone puked in line and
Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody threw up in the queue, and so
they held the queue.
they held the queue back because they had to clean it up. So like we rode it like 4 times.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Because we went through the exit.
Yeah.
Because I know people. Because I knew people.
Yeah.
Oh, I just said I work at Tower. And the funny thing was that like the people at Rock and Roller Coaster, they would try to come over to the exit of Tower and be like, no.
Nice
No,
try.
Go through the queue. You're good. It's short. Tower of Terror queue's quick
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah, Rock and Roller Coaster is 4 for me. I think I enjoy Expedition Everest. What kills me with Rock and Roller Coaster is the queue, where I gotta go sit in the stupid video.
The
The
video
studio, like,
stuff.
oh, let's get all these people to the show. And then you get in the queue and you're like, geez, I'm in the construction zone.
Yeah.
Ugh,
It's like
you're-
an
you're-
alley.
You're really selling LA here, aren't you?
Granted, like I only like to go on Rock and Roller Coaster if it's like single rider or like
She doesn't like to sit
short
next to us
line.
because we smell. We don't wear deodorant. No, it's fun. It's a great loop.
It's a good like build up. I love the countdown. Like, 5, 4, 3, and then you launch, and it's great.
So if they could replace the band, who would they replace
It'd
it
be
with?
Queen.
Queen would be good. I heard. What was the one I heard? I would love the Muppets Mayhem.
Oh yeah, that would be
If
good.
they
That would
did
be
it,
fun.
That would be awesome.
That
if
would
they,
be really fun.
I think that would work.
Watch it. They're gonna take it away from you if you
Yes,
don't watch it.
Put Muppets Mayhem on. Watch that several times so that they put that in for Rock and Roller Coaster,
That'd
because
be
that
really
would
good.
be a great way to bring more Muppets into the park.
What you're requesting is like, hey, everyone vote for Weird Al for best Super Bowl show. That's pretty much what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Do
Which Weird Al would be the greatest Super
it
Bowl
would
show.
be because he would get all the celebrities to sing their parodied songs.
yeah.
Yeah. I think Metallica would be good.
Oh, Metallica would be good.
Yeah.
That would be really fun, actually. I would.
I would
enjoy
love
that.
to see that free
Metallica's sold
See
out
the free
enough.
show.
They're so old now.
I know.
Let's get these guys to the show. Lars just all like, not for free. This ain't no Napster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
All right, guys. So I've tallied them up.
Well, can I talk about
Fine,
Guardians?
keep talking
I
about.
wanna
Oh yeah, talk about Guardians. Yeah,
Talk
yeah, yeah.
about Guardians, because it is my number 1. It
and,
is.
and technically, since it only has one, it is the number one ride since
is.
nobody else
That's
can
it.
average.
It's number one. It beats it. But it's honestly like one of the most like unique coasters you'll ever go on. Obviously, you know, it's a spinny coaster, but it's a controlled spin. So like they turn your vehicle to face a certain direction,
To face the screen.
to face a screen, or there's some physical props there.
Like the ghost of Ellen DeGeneres'
Right.
animatronic.
Yeah, that scary thing. But like it's just a fun adventure. I mean, any of the Guardians attractions are fun because they play fun music. It's just a fun experience. Like you get off happy and like in a good mood. Like unless you make the mistake of looking around on the roller coaster, don't look around. Just look forward, and when they turn, you just keep looking forward where they're telling you to look. You shouldn't be sick.
They should put like Ellen DeGeneres' like animatronics on the side where you should be looking and put red eyes. They'd be like, I saw you. And then it comes towards you and you're like, ah!
Because it's cool. Because like, there's a part where like you're kind of doing like a cork. Is that a corkscrew?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're doing kind of like
Because
that.
barrel
that
roll
spin.
is the other thing.
Right. That's it. You're doing this the around, and you're going around the Earth, and so all the vehicles are looking at the Earth. So it's kind of like this weird, like you get to look around the whole planet. Like it's really cool. It's a good family coaster. It's not too extreme.
Your wife raved about it.
She did
She was willing to buy another ticket
just to ride that.
just
ride.
to ride that ride again because it was limited like access.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
wrote we
it's still
wrote it
virtu-
when it was still brand new.
It's still virtual queue, but
still virtual
there's
queue.
rumors that it's going away soon because they've started setting up more of an outside queue.
And also that all I see are news reports of how empty Disney World is right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes and no.
Are they being dramatic?
I think they're being. I think it's being dramatic.
We'll find out at the next earnings call. Well, I mean, the last earnings call said that they were
Unless
down.
they've been fired. Well, if they're fired, then we don't have to have anybody talk about it.
Right.
We don't have that person anymore, so we
But
can't say.
Well, it's
It's
hard
fun.
because like they're comparing it to when the parks reopened because of COVID, and it's like obviously there was an influx because Florida was the only open state.
Yes, and then everyone had all that extra money that they
Yeah.
saved. Now everyone's like, I don't got any money.
Yep, that money's gone.
Yep.
I spent all that on eggs and toilet paper. I bought all this toilet paper, used it up, and then I had to buy really expensive toilet paper.
Yep. But yeah, great coaster. Loved it. I would ride that so many times. Like most other coasters, I'll ride once and I'm like, okay, I'm good. But that one, like, oh.
So they've really made that the power corner of
think so.
Epcot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a fantastic attraction. And the queue's interesting. I mean, they've got not necessarily interactive, but they've got like different things happening throughout the queue to keep you engaged. Even Star-Lord mentioning Horizons. That's probably the part I probably hate the most is that they have, Peter Quill talking about 80s Epcot and him talking about like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go back to Epcot and ride Horizons. As if like
He actually done it.
I could tell he has no idea what he just read there.
Because that's what you do. Like, one ticket for Horizon.
So I could see the dinosaurs and sorry, your attraction took over the dinosaur spot.
Oh, no, that was... there weren't dinosaurs in Horizon.
No, in
Universe of Energy, yeah.
That's why I was saying that his attraction took
Yeah,
over
yeah,
where
yeah.
the dinosaurs were. So he ain't seen no dinosaurs.
So Peter says his number one is Guardians.
It's
Yep.
number 13. No, I'm kidding.
Jackie and I, it's the Incredicoaster.
Yeah.
Overall,
Incredicoaster was our favorite.
it's good. Always
Yeah.
will be. And it's so minimal.
Yeah.
And that tells you how good the actual coaster is.
Yeah.
Let's just throw some cookies and
Cookie
some
smells.
cookie
Mm.
smells.
The base coaster makes up for
Even if they
everything.
didn't have the cookie thing, I would still
Yeah.
ride it. It's just a solid roller coaster. You feel like you get your money's worth. Yeah, so Incredicoaster, Expedition Everest, Seven Dwarfs was up there. Rock and Roller Coaster was up there. And I think, what's the next one? Disneyland Big Thunder. Oh, Space Mountain's there. Space Mountain before Big Thunder. That sound right?
Sounds
Sure.
good.
About like the top ones.
Yeah.
Your bottom one is Goofy Sky School, and then Barnstormer.
Yeah.
Typical. So,
Gadget.
what's your what would be? And we'll finish off like what is your? I know I took over hosting.
It's fine.
What I have a question for
Yeah.
you. What would be an awesome roller coaster or reimaging one of the roller coasters?
Like if
Or bringing a roller coaster to a Disneyland.
Well, I
or
mean,
Disney
I
World.
rode the Hagrid coaster at Universal Orlando. That was fun. That was a cool.
Is
coaster.
that Dueling Dragons or they
Yes.
still have
It
Dueling Dragons?
replaced
It replaced Dueling Dragons.
Okay.
Dueling Dragon. They bulldozed.
They bulldozed Dueling
Yeah.
Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
That was
bulldozed.
so much
It
fun.
was a fun coaster.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, so like this replaced it, and it's fun. It's a cool coaster, and the vehicles are fun too because you're riding in the motorbike.
Ah, so that's the motorbike ride. Okay.
Yeah,
What coaster I'd want to bring to?
Yeah. Peter's bringing Haggard's
I'm
ride
bringing Hagrid's in.
from Universal.
Well, I mean, are we talking about like
Disneyland, please.
Oh,
or
okay.
Disney parks.
which one?
you
am
could
I-
bring back, and if you could,
I thought you were saying like which attraction would you?
Yeah, I
bring
was confused by
into
your
the park?
question.
you just bring like what dream roller
What
coaster
dream roller coaster would I
would
like
you
to
want,
have?
or what would you
Okay.
like
Well,
bulldoze and
we want
replace
the
with?
villain roller coaster.
The villain roller coaster.
Some sort of villain. I don't know if a villain coaster. Is what I mean.
Chernobog, the coaster.
The Chernobog one I had.
You
10-7.
that one. Yeah. That's right. That was the one you had.
I would just love if they could just like update some of the coasters.
I want Disneyland Paris's Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder.
Oh, that one's so good.
What is awesome about it is like you see Thunder Mountain, and so
It's
on
an
an island.
It's where it's where Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah, and
Normally is.
you're just sitting there going like,
How do we
oh,
get
there it
there?
is. Okay, it'll be similar. But like you guys raved about it, and when
Yeah.
I went last year, I was like, it was the last thing. Like we barely, because it was closed most of the day, but we got it like the last 15 minutes,
That's good.
and it was the most fun roller coaster
It's
I've ever
so
been at a Disney
fun.
park. Like just they launch you,
Yeah,
like,
you get launched and it's pitch black and you're like,
You're
oh,
going
I'm
under the lake.
underwater.
and
You're
then you
under
do
the
the
river.
whole like, and it doesn't slow down.
No, it doesn't.
And then once you're finished up, you're like, oh, we're going back. And they launch you back like same speed all the way back to the loading area. And I was like, that was the best ever.
There's a roller coaster at Disneyland Hong Kong. It's kind of similar to the Seven Dwarfs one. Same ride, same company makes that one, but it's like a bear themed roller coaster. But it's actually a really cool like coaster, well themed, not IP based theming, just kind of like I don't
Just
know,
random bears.
just random bears, kind of like Grizzly River Run. Of,
It's like Bearizona. right.
yeah, pretty much. But like I don't know, it seemed like a cool ride. I would like to see that. I would like to ride that.
I
So,
would love if they would get rid of Goofy Sky School and put Crush's roller coaster from
Crush's?
Disney,
Oh, from Paris.
from Paris.
Oh,
there.
I didn't get to ride that one.
I think it would be a good fit too.
I mean,
It fits in with the Pixar.
well, technically that's not part of Pixar's pure.
It's
They
not
can-
Pixar, but
they can
here.
ex-
That's part
Expand
of
it.
Paradise Garden.
They can easily expand it.
What's really holding that whole area?
Yeah, what's
anyway.
holding-
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, but you just leave it
And
as
the
Little
food.
Mermaid.
And the food.
Yeah, that's pretty much the food court area. And what else? The Zephyrs.
The Zephyr. No one knows
Golden
what to do with the
Zephyr.
Zephyr.
That's the one where you're like, if the earthquake happens, it's gonna send my
Well,
Zephyr into the lake.
Most of the time, it's closed.
That's the
It's high
attraction.
winds,
That's
yeah.
the attraction they close when they know they're understaffed
Yeah.
for the day. They're like, "Oh, we don't have enough staffing for the day. Which attraction should be closed? Oh, Golden Zephyr, done, and Jumpin' Jellyfish."
And jumping jellyfish.
Jellyfish. I don't think I've ever. No, I have been on that once.
Once.
Yeah, I think
done
we
it
did.
a couple times, but I've got younger kids.
You got
so-
younger kids. I'll probably do it.
Yep.
I got younger kids. All right, Peter, you gonna finish us off? We're all
Yes,
done.
We are. Thank you for listening. Let us know how what your list looks like. What's your top 5 look like, or what's your bottom 5 look like?
What's your shocker?
Yeah.
Where's your go-go gadget?
Go Gadget. We're going Inspector Gadget. here.
Yeah, I as soon as I said, I was all like, Inspector Gadget, you screwed that one up.
But yeah, let us know. You can reach us out on our social medias, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter page. You can email us at matterhornyodelers@gmail.com. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Matterhorn Yodelers. Please remember, before your bobsled comes to a complete stop, to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember,
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.